Why, hello and welcome back to another vlog video. And I apologise if you can hear snoring off camera. Nico's lying on the couch completely out for it. And yeah, it's another late night recording, but what can you do there? I'm used to working nights, so it is the way it is. So, this is like my 7th attempt to actually try to record this video because I've been making mistakes through them. So you never know, I might need to do a blooper reel at some point. Now, Craig did comment in my last video an idea I quite liked. It was like, maybe just try and do a video like day-to-day life type thing, like a vlog like that. So you never know, I might turn into quite a long one though. But you never know, we will see how it goes. The only thing I don't think I'd be allowed to do with that is like record and work. Like, I think that'd be a big no-no. But apart from that, yeah, I'm thinking going down that line and doing, you never know, maybe the guys will find it interesting. There is some people out there that probably wouldn't find the work aspect interesting anyway, because I know a lot of folk like Craig and Michael, they do watch us. And Michael, I still need to get that clip off you that I was on about in last week's video. You know, like, they see it all because they work in the same place as me. Alright, they work at a different side of it, but they work in the same place, so they know how it all works. So there wouldn't really be a chance to really, there wouldn't be anything interesting there for them. There probably would be for other viewers, but not for some of my regular viewers. So yeah, back on track. This week, what's been happening this week? Well, I can't say much because a lot of what's happened isn't really to do with me. Like, on Wednesday we were a guy in for a meeting, and I'm not going to say too much about rhyme or reason, but he was in for a meeting and we genuinely thought the guy was going to be gone. That was it. Goodbye, see you later. But no, he wasn't. He was brought back, which was a good thing. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say, oh, he shouldn't have been kept on. No, he was kept on, so yeah, that's quite good. But there's not too much I can say really. I mean, I was across with Michael and Craig for a wee bit. Well, for a few hours at one point. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, see, I like going across there because it's something different from where I normally am. I mean, I'm in one side of the factory, I get put across there, and it's a bit different. But the one thing I will say, which is quite good, is they've got the same sort of attitudes. As long as your work's getting done and you're doing it properly, you're not cutting corners, you're not half-arsing it. As they don't mind you having a laugh, they'll have a bit of banter with you, a bit of back and forth, and it's always quite good, And I enjoy that. I think that the work makes work go better, when you can have a laugh with folk. Concentrate on what needs concentrated on, do the work that you need to do safely, and do it safely. And then when it comes to, the stuff that you've got 10 minutes, you've got 5 minutes, whatever, you can have a laugh, you can have a bit of banter, a bit of back and forth. I do believe that makes life a lot better when you're in the workplace, rather than just sitting there dour-faced and moaning at everything, oh, this could be better, that could be better. Yeah, life could be better, but it could also be a lot worse. So that's one thing I will say is good, is that both sides have that sort of attitude to it, that you can have fun. Like, when I was across at Craig and Michael's side at one point, this was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, as I had a bit of downtime, and I was sitting here laughing with one of the guys that used to work there, and I ended up dancing away just to bug him. Singing, dancing away, having a laugh, just to bug him a wee bit. But it was all taken as it was meant, as good banter. So, yeah, there's all that, But the work gets done. That's the main thing, is, like, we do our work, we get it done properly, and my main thing is, like, when I'm at work, is try and make sure it's satisfactory, Like, I'm not leaving my area that I've been working as a pigsty or anything like that the next shift can come in, they can get on with their work, quite the thing. You know, and everything's done and done properly for them. You know, I mean, I've seen me go in and it's just been absolute chaos in there. You know, like, jobs not done right, information not passed on, because communication's another big point in it. You know, things like that, and it can cause havoc. It really can. So, sorry, squeaky chair there. So I do believe that, like, communication is the key point, which is good because I can communicate quite well and with my supervisor and charge hand, things like that, and they can communicate back quite the thing. Like, if I'm unsure about something I'm meant to be doing, I've got no qualms in going to ask them. If I think I can figure it out, I'll figure it out. And, like, a job I had on Friday, never done it before. You know, and it was like, just one part of it I'd never done before. I was working with two guys, I sort of looked at them and went, right, have any of you done this? And they both went, nope. I was like, right, we need to figure this out then. And it was pretty straightforward. I mean, most of it is pretty, you can see how it's meant to be done. And, right enough, we figured it out. And then, Ian, if you do watch these, call in, I know you watch them every now and again. And it was only after we'd figured it all out, we got the job done, all the rest of it, we looked round to see those two looking down at us from the office, obviously, watching to see what we're doing, see how we reacted with it, which I'm presuming we done alright, because we're never pulled up, but we done it, well, I'm presuming we done it correctly, because we never had any issues. You know, and we kept doing that the same way throughout the night, so that was all good, that was fun. And that was the thing, is we all worked together quite well, you know, because we were communicating with each other. Like, there was never really a point where we never knew what each other were doing. Like, because in my work, if you're working with a team, you've got to work as a team, you know, and it comes down to some fact of, if you don't know what one person's doing, it can screw up the other two. So, like, if somebody went, say for argument's sake, they were going to go and do something, you know, like, go to the toilet, they're not just disappearing, they're not just leave us in the lurch to go, well, where's he going, what's he doing, you know, and we're sitting thinking, well, we need to find out what he's doing before we can move on, because we don't want to double up a job, you know, do the same job twice, basically. And, you know, that can be an issue where on Friday, it was like, if one of them needs to go to the toilet, it's like, oh, I'm going to the toilet, right, no problem, we know that. So now the other two of us can work the rest of it out until they come back, and then tell them what's been done, what needs done, and they took a job. You know, like, they turn around and go, I'll move this, I'll move that, I'll put this away, I'll get that out, whatever. You know? And, yeah, it worked out really quite well for us all in the end. So, yeah, good week at work. And time for the pup news, I'm going to dare say. And she's getting bigger, and she's getting smarter. I said in my last video, got her new cage, and she's still loving that, you know, she can still run around in it, quite the thing. I mean, it's not giant, it doesn't take up like a whole room to itself or anything, but it's big enough for her to really enjoy it. And the thing is, like, when I've got her cage in my living room for, like, being in here with me or whatever, I've got a couple of tug ropes tied up to her playpen for her. I've got one tug rope that I did have on the inside of her playpen and one tug rope she could get in the cage. I didn't want to tie it to the cage because she would end up breaking the cage, where the playpen's a bit more sturdy. So, long story short, is we had two tug ropes on it, and we thought, right. And within a couple of hours, like I was going to say days there, but it was more hours, I'd only put one tug rope. No, I hadn't given her a tug rope yet, to be honest. They were both still in her playpen. And I went to do something, I went to go and make a cup of coffee, and came back and she had a tug rope in her cage. And I was like, alright, well, I must have put that in without thinking about it. Maybe I've done it well some way to make my coffee. Just something I've done without really thinking. No, I hadn't. She had figured out that she could get the tiniest wee bit of this tug rope and use that to pull it into her cage. So I thought, right, well, at least she's having fun. She's not damaging anything. She's not hurting herself. That's good. You know, like, both me and my partner both thought that. And, yeah, so we figured out, like, because if we're having to go out for any reason, like, me and my partner, we don't want her getting hurt. We try and take the tug rope out. And every time we'd done that, we'd come back and find the tug rope back inside our cage. The reason why I've tied it to the playpen is Nico's a bit big to be try play tug of war with for her, and we wouldn't want her getting hurt in the cage playing tug of war with Nico. So we gave her something where it's a bit. She can still play. She can play it herself, and we don't have to worry about her getting pulled into the cage or the cage getting flipped over or anything like that. So yeah, she figured that out within a few hours. I was like, right, okay, so we need to be a wee bit smarter about this and outsmart her again. Well, what we decided to do was we'll move the cage slightly further away from the playpen. That way when she's in there, she can't get the ropes. Well, when she's been out running about the floor, she's been slyly untying the tug rope. So she basically turned around one day and just pulled the tug rope and went from on the playpen to in the cage. Yeah, she's got brains and she's got problem solving skills, which I'm glad to see, but it means we're always going to be in a battle of constant wits with her, because she is constantly to and froing with us. So it's a good thing, but it's definitely a challenge at the same time, because she's such a curious wee pup. But in saying that, Nico's brilliant with her as well, he really is. Like, Nico doesn't like things like fireworks, so he's got what we class as safe spaces for if something happens and we're not in the house. Like, if somebody lets a firework off in the middle of the day and we're at the shop, we'll find them in one of his safe spaces. And the pup, she loves playing with him. She'll toy fight with him. It is just toy fighting. But one of her tricks is she runs up and attacks him when he's not looking. So she'll run up and she'll pounce on him. And then when he turns around to play back, she runs away and hides. But where she's hiding is in Nico's safe spaces, thinking he's too big, he can't get in here. And Nico plays along with it. Like, he'll stand there and he'll muck about with her, like, jumping from side to side, like, make her think he can't get in, when me and my partner both saying, you know what, he could get in there if he really wanted to. But that's a good thing with Nico as well, is he's actually got a real puppy playfulness to him as well. And yeah, so the things are going brilliant with the dogs. Really, really happy with that. You know, the problem is without giving anything away, like, my announcement that I've got, like, you know it's a car, but you don't know what, but without giving anything away, I've not got too much to say at the moment, which is a bit unfortunate, because I'd rather have more exciting news to have in these, but at the moment, especially this time of year, you know, money's not the most abundant thing out there, because obviously Christmas is coming, so I don't really have the chance to really put anything too exciting up at the moment, but if I do get a chance, I will put something up. You know, like, Craig came up, I'm sure it was Craig, came up with the idea, like, oh, do like a video of a normal day in your life when you're not at work. It's like, well, I could do that. But at the moment, I'm not really living normal days, if that makes sense, because I'm trying to preserve money for Christmas and bills and things like that. You know, like, the bills are always going to be there, but Christmas is coming. So, I might still put up, try and do something like that, and just do it every now and again. You can see how things change, or like what a normal day is. But we'll take that as it comes. But I think I'm going to call an end to it there, because there's not too much else to say, and I'm starting to get really tired. You know, it's getting late / early, call it what you want, and I want to go to my bed soon, so I'll be editing this tomorrow, maybe. Well, tomorrow to me. The day after filming. So, yeah. I'm going to call it an end there. Sorry. I've probably forgotten something that I said I'd put in for someone, like, I've probably said to Craig, oh, I'll do this at some point, and totally forgot about it. What I really should be doing is making notes and things like that so I can sit with a wee bit and go, I remember and say this. But I think I've covered everything so far. So, if you weren't, I can't remember if I said this in one of the previous videos where I've scrapped them or I said it in this. If you didn't see last weekend, there should have been 2 new AOB videos went live. If you didn't see them, go and check them out, let me know what you think. And yeah, that's about it. Because I'm sure I said about the October thing where it'll be earlier. Sure I did. Anyway, we'll go on into it there anyhow. So, thanks for watching. If you've made it to the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to comment down below. I always try and reply to everyone that does, except sort of like spammy type comments. I just ignore them. So, yeah. Until next time, be smart, be safe, thank you others, and peace!